Hi, I'm Jeannie Darneille. I represent Ruston, Fife, and Tacoma in the House of Representatives here in Washington State. Very pleased to be with you today to give you a little bit of update on the process that we're facing.
So what's the latest news with the state operating budget?
Well, as many of you know, I've been serving as Vice Chair of the Ways and Means Committee here in the House this year. That has put me into about 4 to 6 hours a day of budget negotiations, budget analysis, trying to look at cost containment measures, looking at cost recovery, fee structures that we have in state government. And what we've brought before the House this week and was passed by the Ways and Means Committee already and will come to the floor for final action here in the House is the House operating budget for the next biennium, which begins in July of this year and runs for 2 years. We've had some significant change in the budget. It's much smaller than it's ever been before. In fact, the per capita spending in the budget proposal that we're bringing forward is actually less than the per capita spending in Washington State in 1986. So it is a responsible budget. It's balanced. We're spending less than we make. And in that way, we're actually, doing the work of the Budget Committee. But the outcome will be challenging for the people in our state to live with. We have already seen significant cuts in services over the last 2 years during the recession. In the past 3 years, we've held 2 special sessions. We've passed 2 early action bills. We've made over $5.3 billion in budget reductions. We've backfilled, fortunately, with a lot of federal money, about $3.8 billion, and we've transferred $2.2 billion from other funds and reserves. But the fact is that we're going to be cutting a lot of programs that are important to our community. We're going to be relying on people more and more to help in the response to serving people in need. And we're going to be looking at new efforts to build jobs in our communities.
Tell us about your bill that would bring some efficiencies to state cultural agencies.
Well, as we look at cost containment issues, we of course want to weed out those kinds of costs that are duplicated in state government so that we can be more efficient. One of the ways we can do that is through consolidating agencies. For the last 2 years, I directed the General Government Appropriations Committee, and that included all the 80 agencies of state government. There are a lot of very small agencies, and some of those are in the area of arts and heritage. So I put forward a bill that would do 2 things. It would consolidate several small agencies and hopefully actually elevate their view in the public's mind, having to do with arts, heritage, and culture. And I've also addressed the fact that we have a fund here in state government that will eventually, decades from now, build something called the Heritage Center here on the Capitol campus. And what I've done with this bill is redirect the funds that are created through that Heritage Fund to the actual operation of the heritage agencies that we already have here in the state of Washington. So the bill is progressing through the House now, and hopefully will go to the Senate and will be supported by them as well. It consolidates the 2 history museums in the state, the Archaeology and Historic Preservation Department, and the Washington Arts Commission, which affects most communities across the state with the development of arts programs.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today.